Friends, gather round. It's time for another thrilling episode in the American healthcare saga. This week's main event, Donald J. Trump back in the White House and ready to rumble with Big Pharma. That's right, folks. On May 12, 2025, the Donald signed an executive order aimed at slashing drug prices. Finally, someone's standing up for the little guy, right? Well, hold your applause. The situation is a tad more complicated than a late-night infomercial. Trump's weapon of choice? A policy called Most Favored Nation. Sounds fancy, doesn't it? Almost like a diplomatic cocktail party, but with fewer tiny sandwiches and more existential dread for pharmaceutical executives. We'll get to the nitty-gritty of this policy in a moment, but first, let's acknowledge the sheer audacity of this move. Trump's essentially telling drug companies, "You want to play hardball? Fine, but I'm bringing a nuclear warhead to this pillow fight." Okay, so what is this most favored nation business all about? In a nutshell, it means the US wants to pay the same low prices for drugs as other developed countries. You know, those countries with fancy universal healthcare systems and a seemingly endless supply of affordable medication. Countries where people don't have to choose between paying rent and filling their prescriptions. The nerve, right? Trump's order basically says, hey, if Germany can get their insulin for a song, why can't we? It's a fair question, but the answer, as always, is a bit more complicated. Drug companies argue that those lower prices in other countries are possible because of government price controls and regulations, something they've fiercely resisted in the US. They claim that if we force them to lower prices here, it'll stifle innovation and prevent them from developing life-saving drugs in the future. So, where do we go from here? Well, Trump's given the Department of Health and Human Services 30 days to hash things out with the drug companies. That's right, folks. 30 days to find a compromise that's eluded policymakers for decades. It's like trying to solve climate change by having a staring contest with a glacier. If HHS fails to strike a deal, and let's be honest, the odds aren't exactly in their favor, they'll have to come up with a rule to implement this most favored nation pricing. This is where things get really interesting, and by interesting I mean potentially disastrous. The pharmaceutical industry is already up in arms, threatening lawsuits, and claiming this whole thing is illegal. So, will Trump's bold move actually lower drug prices? The jury's still out, folks. Some experts are cautiously optimistic, pointing to the potential savings if we can actually get drug companies to play ball. Others are more skeptical, arguing that this is just a band-aid on a gaping wound. They point to the fact that this is not the first time a most favored nation policy has been attempted, and previous attempts have all crashed and burned in spectacular fashion. It's a classic case of hope versus reality. On one hand, we desperately need to do something about the sky-high cost of prescription drugs in this country. On the other hand, the solution isn't as simple as waving a magic wand or signing an executive order. It's a complex issue with no easy answers, but hey, at least we're having a conversation about it. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go refinance my house to pay for this month's supply of heartburn medication.
Hey, we all want to scale our business. Hey, I have the answer for you today to help you do that. If you're looking to scale from 5, 6, even 7 figures and beyond, book called Be Good, Be Brief, Be Gone. I'm going to give it to you for free. All you have to do is type in growfast.cash. I say again, growfast.cash, and you can download the book for absolutely free. I hope the book helps you this year. Take your business to the next level. Again, go grab the book, growfast.cash. I say again, growfast.cash. I wish you the best and grow, scale, and win.
There it is. Magnum. Holy moly.
Yeah, baby! That's what I've been waiting for!
Dear God, it's beautiful.